Thank you, EJ. Looks like he's getting settled. Cam, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
And we'll open it up for questions.
Cam, last year's defense, there was Rashad and Pat up front, Paris and DeMar in the back. And, the linebackers didn't get a lot of attention. But this year, you guys are all returning. You guys have a lot of experience. Do you feel like the linebackers can be the leaders of this defense?
Yeah, we had the most experience in our room, so that's what is expected from us. And I feel like it's our breakout year since, those two All-Americans are gone.
You lost a lot of big-time players, obviously, with the two All-Americans that you just mentioned and several other guys. But there's also a lot of guys coming back with a lot of experience. Have you noticed that familiarity carrying over into practice this past couple of weeks?
Yes, I have. Guys have a better idea of what's going on in the field, and their approach off the field as well helps them. So that in playing.
How was the first day of practice in pads?
First day was good and intense, like always. Everybody was eager to make a play, hit somebody, get the sideline going.
Cam, did you guys go live at all, scrimmage, or was it more just drills and that kind of thing?
Drills and practice, getting the engine warm, ready to go and pass.
Look good. Who did something outstanding today?
Linebacker Aiden Henningham, moved from receiver. He looked good at linebacker today.
Did he move recently just for this, upcoming this spring camp?
He moved last year. He just redshirted, so you guys didn't see a lot of him, mainly special teams.
Kim, what are you seeing from the middle linebackers? I know, Wendell missed a lot of time last year. Chase played a lot. Brandon George played some. I mean, what are you seeing from the guys in the middle?
I see most of all consistency by all three of those guys. They going at it, battling with each other, so they got to be perfect.
Cam, what have you seen from Servastier Dennis? He obviously broke out last season, led you guys in TFLs. Do you see him taking on more of he was basically a starter with how much he played last year, but do you see him maybe taking on more of a leadership role potentially?
Yeah, Voss is leading well off the field and on the field as well, telling the young guys, trying fixing their mistakes.
Phil was a guy that, he had the ability to move on. He opted to return. How big of a boost is it for just your whole defense to have a guy like Phil Campbell back for a fifth season?
It's always good when a guy with a lot of experience comes back.
I know we're early in, but what do you see so far from your team? What do you like? What do you see? What do you think you guys need to work on? How you feeling?
I see so far a more together team as far as our bonds. So that's good. And as far as where we're going, what we have to do, we just got to continue to get back and focus on details.
Cam, you're still at Star, is that correct?
Yes.
And then Phil and Servastier are at Money?
Yep.
So there's a lot of competition. I mean, you have Patrician behind you, right?
Yep.
How is the competition working out? Are you guys being pushed from the reserves?
Yeah, we are. Like I said, our starters from last year, we had to be consistent and perfect every day because a lot of competition going in the room as nobody left.
Cam, on the opposite side of the ball, what have you seen from Lucas Krull? Him coming back from that knee injury, and whether it was throughout winter workouts and now in the spring.
Lucas looking good, like he never got hurt. You wouldn't even thought he got hurt if you didn't know.
Last year, Jordan Addison, right away, everyone kind of knew he'd be a big time player. Is there a freshman, that's enrolled early this year that's kind of opening some eyes to you?
The tight end, two tight ends that came in, they're looking pretty good.
Do we have anything else for Cam? Cam, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep, no
All
problem.
right, we are joined by Lucas Krull. Lucas, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
And we will open it up for questions.
Lucas, at the end of the year, Pat kind of mentioned if there was a bowl game that you might have been able to play. I mean, when did you start feeling better? And, how does it feel, getting out there on spring ball?
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. That was my goal. When we found out what, the situation was, I knew that the next step was, okay, where can I get back on the field? How can I do that? What's the process? So the goal was, that bowl game. So, that was my plan, was to get back as soon as I could, get ready for that bowl game. And, come, into November, I was starting to feel good, starting to really get back into things. And then, we decided as a team that we're going to, not do the bowl game. So that's, obviously what happened there. So I wasn't able to play, but if we were going to play in a bowl game, I was going to play. So yeah, so no, I feel 100%. I feel wonderful. It's a joy to be back out there with my teammates and get to make plays again on the spring ball, atmosphere. And it's been wonderful so far. Day 3's in the books and ready for day 4 now.
Lucas,
What was it
while
like?
go,
Go ahead,
go.
John. Go ahead.
It was an understandable decision not to, play in the bowl game. Were you a little personally disappointed because you were, excuse me, you kind of did have that as a goal working towards?
Yeah, personally, whenever you get opportunity to play the game, you always want to do that. But, it's a team decision, and I stand behind my brothers no matter what. And, that's ultimately what we decided to do as a team. And so, that's what we made. That was the decision we made as a team. And so, that's where we went with it. So obviously, when you get opportunity to play the game and you have it taken away from you from a short period of time, you're going to kind of do whatever you can to get back on that field. And so that was, obviously my goal, but, things change. I also, my goal was to play the whole year, and things change. So, you just got to adapt to the adverse situations and, just continue to thrive with whatever you get your way. So.
Lucas, how have you adapted from that situation? Like, do you have a new appreciation for football? Like, how did that time away impact you?
Oh man, I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything was sunshines and rainbows, because there's a lot of dark days. I'll be honest. It was tough, when you have everything on the line for that year, and I was blessed with the opportunity to come back with the COVID year. So I thank God for that, and I think Coach Doozy and everyone that has given us all that opportunity. So yeah, man, you look at football a whole different way, especially when you thought that was your last year. Coming here was 1 year. I was supposed to be here for 1 year and, go to the NFL. But now, I got to here for another year. And, I look at everything in a positive aspect. So, I get a whole nother year to play here for University of Pittsburgh, and I'm going to give it all I can and, do it with my brothers. So, it's exciting. It's a privilege to do this. So I can't wait to do it for 2021.
Lucas, what was it like testing the knee at practice, and especially today when you went live?
Oh, no, when I tell you I'm 100%, I'm 100%. And it's just like we're playing ball again, like it was, it's fall camp of 2020. So, I mean, I have no issues. I have no restrictions, no limits. I'm not sore on the knee, nothing, man. I feel 100%. I feel great.
Lucas, how happy were you when you found out that Kenny was coming back? How did you find out as well?
I found out. So I'm no longer on Twitter, but when I was on Twitter, that's how I found out. I was just scrolling through and I saw Kenny's like a Photoshop or a headshot of Kenny, and he said like, I'm coming back or whatever it was, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, you're not gonna call me first and let me know the good news? But no, I saw it there and I called him instantly, and I was so fired up, man. That was the best news I'd heard in a long time. So that was terrific.
I guess on that note, when you came in, there was so much talk of the relationship between you guys and how that would kind of play out on the field. How excited are you for that to finally be the case after really missing last season?
Oh man, I tell you what, words can't describe how excited I am. You kind of see it right now in day 3. We're already putting a lot of new stuff from him and I, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Let me tell you that it's going to be an exciting season, man. I can't wait. 8-7 is going to be a lot of connections.
I assume you got a chance to participate or to watch Pro Day yesterday, Lucas. What was that like for you watching it? And were you thinking, man, that could have been me?
Yeah, I mean, you see that, and you see all your teammates, man, and you're just so excited because you haven't seen them in, months, and they're all going away doing, their separate training, and then they come back, and they, a lot of them look completely different. They look, they look great. They look like they hadn't eaten a carb in I don't know how long. So a lot of those guys look phenomenal, and they, they did they all killed that, man. I was so proud of those guys. Get to see them do their thing and shine. And yeah, I mean, you see the stage and you say, yeah, it could have been me, but you can't sit there and think that. You got to think, what's my role right now? What's my life like right now? And, obviously, yeah, in 2020, my whole aspiration was to, kill the year, do a great job, help the team do anything I can to win, and, go, shoot for Pro Day. But obviously those things change, and that's what happened. And, all I could do now is look back and say, next year that's going to be me without a doubt. And use this opportunity to see my brothers shine from their day, because that was their day. So it was a great time to watch them do their thing.
Kenny mentioned them, and Cam Bright just mentioned them, but what about these freshman tight ends that enrolled early? What are you seeing from them? How they look in first day in full pads?
Oh, they're looking really good, man. I'm really, really happy with how they're coming around. They're young, but man, they're in here every day working, trying to asking me questions, asking all the coaches questions, doing everything they can to get on the field and find a way to play. And they're working really hard, and I'm really proud of them, man. It's a lot to come in here as a freshman, especially in the spring, and try to learn, because it's a whole different ball game from college and high school. And I try to preach that early, and when we're doing just routes on air, and you look real good, but then things get sped up when practice comes, and the guys are really taking it well. They're making plays, or not messing up on, they're not missing assignments. They're doing everything the right way, and they're playing hard. So that's all you can ask as an older guy, and looking down on them, and they're playing really well, and I'm excited about their future for sure.
Lucas, over the last kind of few years, the production out of the tight end position hasn't been kind of where Coach Narduzzi or really anyone in the program would hope it was. And how do you guys feel like this could be the year that it really comes together for the tight ends?
And, I hear that question a lot, is like, oh, well, in the past, this, and, and I understand that, because, but that was the past, and, we got to worry about what's here right now. And, the future right now is with me and with the younger guys. And I'm preaching to them every day is, we just got to be playmakers. When our number's called, we got to go out there and make a play. And, that's what we've been doing. And we've been working tremendously hard, and, things are changing, and you're going to see the tight end's going to play a big role in this offense. And Coach Whipple's been doing a wonderful job with, making those right calls as those plays, getting us involved and getting our confidence up. And, so the old stuff's the old stuff. We're here now, and, things are going to change, and I'm excited for the future.
Because I have a really hard-hitting question. Every game last year, all we heard about was your hair and you teaching Kenny how to have long hair. Saw Kenny last week. He cut his hair. Now you cut his hair. What's going on?
Well, I'm trying to think. So when he was growing his out, and I can't remember when I had cut mine officially, but no, I was just, I've had my long hair for, a couple of years now. And I was like, I just need a little trim, let it grow back out. And so I'm just kind of in that stage right now. And Kenny, I think, it was the same thing. He just kind of, letting the lettuce, let the lettuce drop a little bit. And I think he kind of realized, I'm going to trim that back down and do the same thing. So I'm sure you're going to see both of those back.
I don't know that we can top that question. Does anybody have anything else?
Thank you, everyone, for humoring me on that one.
I don't think we can top that question or answer. Anything final for Lucas? Lucas, class job. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
it. Yep. We will get this video link out to you as soon as it's ready. Thanks very much, guys. We'll catch you next week. If you need me for anything, just give me a shout.
Thanks, EJ.
Seth, thanks for steering us. Appreciate that.
You got it. Pleasure.